All right, you. So yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these type of videos, but this news has come out. It's been theorized for quite a while now, and it's now finally made law in Israel. Absolutely disgusting. So that Israel has passed a controversial death penalty law, which will apply to Palestinians only, apparently, who've been in prison for false charges of terrorism and whatnot. So opponents of a bill under which executions would be carried out within 90 days of sentencing says it's racist and unlikely to deter attacks. Yeah, not only is it racist, it's incomplete, inhumane, it's disgusting, probably all one-sided well. And this twat here, Ben Gavir, he's even worse than Netanyahu. He needs to go. He's an absolute cunt. He is. So Israel passed a law making the death penalty by hanging the default punishment for West Bank Palestinians convicted of murdering Israelis. And like I said, it's only for Palestinians. It's not for that's the problem with this law as well. UK, Germany, France, Italy said the move was de facto discriminatory, and Israel risks undermining its commitments to democratic principles. What do you mean risks undermining? They've been undermining it for decades. It's not like it's a new thing. Absolutely disgusting. A joint statement called for death penalty an inhumane and degrading form of punishment without any deterrent effect. Yeah. And not only that, it's all charges anyway. Getting the death penalty for nothing. Yvette Cooper says on Twitter, death penalty is wrong and we oppose it around the world, as we should, yes. But again, this is the same Yvette Cooper who described Palestine action. Israel's far-right National Security Minister, Itamar Ben-Gvir, who wore as a new-shaped label pin, disgusting, in the run-up to the vote, has campaigned for tougher punishments Palestinians convicted of nationalistic offences against Israelis. We've made history, Ben Gavir said on Twitter. Any terrorist who goes out to kill should know he will be sent to the gallows. Yeah, we're starting with you. And the idea that they're the real terrorists. Israel's a terrorist state. We are not afraid. We do not yield. So saying to the EU. The Palestinian Ministry of Foreign Affairs said it constitutes a decision to carry out institutionalized extrajudicial killings according to racist standards. And inhumane, fucking evil standards. You can call them standards. The ministry affirms that Israel has no sovereignty over Palestinian land and that Israeli laws do not apply to Palestinian people. And no, of course, free Palestine. Palestine is Palestine, as it should be. Fuck Israel. Opponents of a bill under which execution should be carried out within 90 days of sentencing said it was racist, draconian, and unlikely to deter attacks on Palestinian militants. You're going to make, yeah, what do you mean by attacks on Palestinian militants? What about the constant genocide and attacks of fucking Israel, yeah? Huh? Everyone's doing the attacks. Critics include Israelis and Palestinians, international rights groups, and the UN, some of whom the death penalty could be applied solely to Palestinians convicted of murdering just Jewish citizens of Israel. Yeah. What about anyone else who murders people, Jewish people in Israel or Israelis in general? They're not just Palestinians. And then again, you know, sentence will be applied by military courts to anyone convicted of murdering an Israeli as an act of terror. Then again, yeah, but there's a difference between murder and terrorism, even though murder is still wrong. Such courts try only West Bank Palestinians. What about Gaza Palestinians who are not Israeli citizens? The bill says the military court can change the penalty to life imprisonment in special circumstances, whatever you mean by that. Israel's courts, which try Israeli citizens, include Palestinian citizens of Israel, can choose between life imprisonment or the death penalty. Or they can choose, can they? In cases of murder aiming to harm Israeli citizens and residents, or within the attempt of rejecting the existence of the state of Israel. Free Palestine, fuck Israel. Discriminatory by design. Amikai Cohen, senior fellow at the Israel Democracy Institute, Center for Democratic Values and Institutions, which is a bit of a long name, said the distinction is discriminatory as it means, in effect, Jews will not be indicted under this law. Why should it matter if you're Palestinian or Israeli or British or whatever? Instead of a human being. And then again, the law is shit. In addition, West Bank is not sovereign Israeli territory. So under international law, Israel's parliament should not be legislation over it. No, it shouldn't. Or Gaza, Mr. Cohen said. The Association of Civil Rights Israel said it had petitioned the country's highest court to challenge the law, calling it discriminatory by design and enacted without legal authority over West Bank Palestinians. Yeah, absolutely disgusting. Oh, sorry. I thought that was the end of the article for a second. Israel has the death penalty on its books, but the country hasn't put anyone to death since Nazi war criminal Adolf Eichmann in 1962. A bit of a long way off from 1945. The bill will not apply retroactively to any other militant Israel calling holds to attack the country on October 7th. Okay? And now that is the end of the article. As I was saying, yeah, absolutely disgusting, evil, and this cunt here, he's an evil bastard, Ben Gavir, along with Smotrich and Netanyahu. He's even worse than Netanyahu. He's the one who who's calling the flotilla people terrorists and whatnot. Yeah, so there we go. Free Palestine, fuck Israel, fuck this so-called death penalty law. Hopefully no one actually gets executed with this law. Hopefully it can be challenged. Apparently I did see somewhere there's going to be an emergency demo in London against this. Although again, I'm in Plymouth, so I can't get to London. So solidarity to everyone who goes to that. And solidarity to all these prisoners, and hopefully everything works out and they get released eventually. Because there's supposed to be a ceasefire, but yeah, once again, Israel is fucking it up. So yeah, there you go. That's all I got to say on this. So see you soon.